be impacted and how.
Plus long lines at the voting booths, just like North Dakota Democrats were hoping for, but it's turning into a long wait to find out which presidential candidate we picked.
And a big warm up today, but that unfortunately comes with a chance for a little drizzle, some light snow. We'll have your forecast in just a moment.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is the Valley Today.
Schools in Minnesota would look a lot different under a new bill being considered by state lawmakers, and your kids probably won't like it.
It would change how preschoolers and kindergartners use tablets, smartphones, and other digital media without the help of a teacher. One part of the bill restricts all personal devices in publicly funded preschools and kindergartens. A second part starts a public service announcement campaign on the negative effects of screen time.
The proposal is in line with recommendations of the American Academy of Pediatrics, which say no screen time before 18 months and a maximum of 1 hour per day for 2 to 5-year-olds with adult involvement. North Dakota Democrats were hoping for a good turnout for this year's revamped caucuses, and they got it and then some. Just look at those long lines on your screen. Party organizers had to put out an urgent call yesterday for volunteers to help with the overflow in Fargo. They wound up extending voting hours in both Fargo and Grand Forks to give everyone who wanted to vote a chance to vote.
One person in line says it reminded her of lines into Disneyland. Another told us parking was completely unavailable around the entire block of the building. Many people didn't mind, however. They said they were just glad to see such a great turnout. A party spokesman says final results probably won't be ready until later today, but our latest check shows Senator Bernie Sanders with a slight lead over former Vice President Joe Biden. Check back later today for the final tally on our VNL News app or online at valleynewslive.com.
And that doesn't include voting from Fargo. So a big one out yet. Fargo still not reported, but stay with us and we'll update that. Now 2 minutes past the top of the hour, let's get a check of our forecast with First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. Today starting off with conditions that are mild. We've got a warm day ahead of us here today, which is going to be welcome, I think, by a lot of people getting that springtime weather back. But with it comes some moisture. We have some cloud cover and some chances for rain and snow here today too. So let's take a look at our hourly planner. We're going to see temperatures this morning starting off into those 20s, even a couple of us starting off around 30 degrees. So pretty mild here to begin your Wednesday. Sunrise at 7:47. As we move into the midday hours, we are looking at temperatures back to 40 degrees. So really warming things up. And with that comes that chance for a few sprinkles, a few flurries this morning. But later tonight, after dinner time, that's where we're more likely to see some scattered light rain showers and winds too out of the south or southwest. That will be a little bit more brisk here today. Here's a look at your radar right now. You can see it's pretty quiet for most, but we are keeping our eyes on some flurries and even a little bit of drizzle showing up there this morning. More on that coming up. A look at your weekend planner too in just a few minutes. But now for a look at traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's traffic on the move.
Thanks, Lisa. Looks like we have another morning of scarce traffic here on I-94. As you can see on your screen right now, well, we're going to go ahead and go over here so we can get a better look at it. But there are very few vehicles here where we're starting our morning drive heading westbound on I-94. There are, of course, a few vehicles here. This is usually the busiest roadway that we have in the morning hours, but for right now, things are looking pretty light, much like they were yesterday. So what that means, though, is that it's going to be picking up as the morning goes on. So we're going to go ahead and keep checking out the roadways. But for right now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
Minnesota health officials are confirming a third case of coronavirus, and the patient is in critical condition. They say the person is from Anoka County and is in their 30s and was likely exposed through contact with international travelers.
The patient developed symptoms February 28th and then sought health care 4 days later, but was evaluated and released. The patient then went back to the doctor this last Monday and tested positive for COVID-19.
South Dakota health officials say a man with underlying health problems who tested positive for COVID-19 has died. They're not confirming if his death was caused by the virus. They say he was in his 60s and from Pennington County, which is in the western part of the state. 4 other people from across South Dakota have tested positive for the virus.
A COVID-19 scare at UND turned out to be a false alarm. The North Dakota Health Department is now confirming that tests came back negative on a UND student who was self-quarantining after a possible coronavirus exposure. That means there are no confirmed cases in the state.
Hospitals in North Dakota have been fielding dozens of calls with questions on coronavirus and are now recommending anyone with concerns or symptoms to make a virtual appointment with doctors before coming in person. Both Stanford and Essentia say they're anticipating spikes in e-visits.
I think we'd like to, that or a phone call, because we can then screen and direct. I mean, absolutely, if we feel like somebody needs to come in or be directed to see somebody in person, we would do that.
For more information on how to sign up for an e-visit, head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. A hospital down in the Twin Cities is also testing for coronavirus curbside outside their emergency rooms to minimize exposure inside.
Fairview nurses at 4 locations take 3 swabs and hand them off to a medical assistant. Sandbag Central is struggling to get volunteers to help with the 2020 flood fight. Day 2 of operations starts at 7 this morning, and there's no one signed up to help until later this morning. But the Valley Today crew helped out. We signed up and held our own yesterday, filled a pallet. You can see there, I passed it on to Devin. Jordan had the shovel and Lisa Green was helping get those sandbags filled. There are also hundreds of slots for you and your colleagues this afternoon and tonight. It doesn't close until 7 o'clock.
Right now, the situation is about the same for tomorrow and Friday. Officials need 200 people every hour to run Sandbag Central most efficiently. Now, if you can lend a hand, check out the City of Fargo's website, or you can call the Sandbag Central hotline, 701-476-4000. Groups of 15 or more should call 701-476-4141. Now, yesterday, they made about 45,000 sandbags, and the city is saying they need to make more than that every single day if we're really going to fight this flood. So we went out. We had a good time. I would recommend getting family, friends, maybe coworkers together, go out and help our community.
I loved it. It was good bonding and a good workout, too. You may notice that stores are starting to switch up their clothing sections by bringing in the latest spring fashion trends.
And we're getting a look at some of those trends this morning with the Valley Today's Abby Furchner. She joins us live in Detroit Lakes this morning. Hi there, Abby.
Hi, good morning, Jordan and Lisa. I love getting into the spirit of spring. We're moving on from the sweaters and going on to something a little bit lighter and brighter, and that's why I'm here with Abby Nyquist with the Nines. And we have some lovely models joining us, and I think this is my favorite segment because I'm all for jumpers and rompers.
Yes, jumpsuits and rompers are going to be huge this spring and summer, so you're definitely going to want to get in on this. Our first one we have here is a really cute camo romper, which obviously looks adorable with a jean jacket over it when it's cooler outside. And this romper actually does have short sleeves on it. And it's just really fun, easy to throw on, one of those things where when you don't want to put a lot of effort in, but it looks like you put a lot of effort in.
Yes, and I love the pockets. You never go wrong with pockets.
Pockets are always exciting. And it has a really nice cinch detail here at the waist too to give it a little more shape. And then over here we have a really fun kind of ditzy floral like we were talking about earlier, jumpsuit. This one is beautiful for vacations, kind of graduation, Easter, spring events like we talked about. And it's really fun because the necklace she's wearing kind of makes it a little more beachy, fun vibe, where if you wear any different kind of accessory, it kind of gets dressed up or down. So you can wear it for just all sorts of occasions.
And that's what I love about these two outfits is because like you just said, you can really, jazz them up or wear them more casual if you're just going to brunch with friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love that you said Easter because I was like, Easter, that's where I'm going to wear this jumper because it is so cute. Once again, I love the pockets. And I love just how casual and easy these outfits are. And that's what we're here for spring is just those easy flowing outfits. And we have a lot more. We're going to be talking about accessories here too in just a few minutes because you need to, spice up the outfit too. It's not just about the clothes, it's about the accessories too.
I love a good jumpsuit, and I agree with you, Abby. That you could wear that jumpsuit to so many different things as well. Not just
yes,
Easter.
It can be casual, it can be fancy, it can be whatever you need it to be. And also, I love how excited you are over pockets.
All the ladies love pockets. Thank you, Abby. We'll check in with you again soon. Drunk driving charges are finally on the books against an elected North Dakota official after her arrest last month. Get the details coming up.
But next, Lisa Green is in with what we need to know for our Wednesday forecast. And here's a hint. Some people might see a little precipitation. To find out what form it takes, stick around.